Well, good morning, everyone. Let's see here. I have to get to my studio. Yeah, I couldn't see myself, so when I don't know where I am on the camera, I don't know where to look. I wouldn't look that way or that way. Oh, goodness, who is here? Oh, Lewiston, Maine. Well, hello, Nancy. Let's see who's here. Charlotte. Mona did what? And Deborah, Beverly, Betty, Anne. Isn't it Stella Ann? I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. I know I am. I am terrible. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. And a fellow Mainer, too. Yay. There's not very many of us. Good morning, Judith. How are you this morning? I hope everyone is well. I'm skating in yet again on the cusp of 10 a.m. It's because I always think I have everything ready, and then I remember, oh yeah, I gotta go get a drink of water or something like that. So yeah, I thought it was Stella. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, I'm not losing it yet. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda. Pronunciation's not my strong suit either. So I am so glad that you guys are here. Hi, Pamela. Good to see you. Good to see you. Goodness, she traveled all the way across the pond to be here. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so this was a week for Happy Mail. See the smile? This was a week for Happy Mail. So many of you love it when I open it, so that's what I'm going to do. Wow, I look blah today. I mean, I love my shirt, my Scrappy Creations shirt, but I'm in gray and blue, so I'm not very vibrant today. It'll have to be my vibrant smile. Oh, I got it right. Yay. Okay, so let's start off with Happy Mail because boy was it a week for Happy Mail, okay? Any of you who were with me last week know that, I gotta grab it, I have it here. You know that I got an Oliso mini project iron. Oh, and I was going to show you guys something with that. So, Aunt Di is her screen name. She bought it for me, and she said, there, now you don't have to complain about that little one anymore. So, good morning, Georgina and Jeanette. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so if you want to see, okay, remember this one that I complain about a lot. Now, either people love it or they hate it, and there doesn't seem to be any in between. Mine had issues. I never could get steam if I needed it, and it didn't get hot enough to do anything. I may as well have just been rubbing a hot stick across the fabric because it wouldn't make a crease on anything. So anyway, if you are wondering size-wise what the difference is, this is it. So this is sole plate to sole plate, the bottom. See? So I would say it's about a third again as big. And weight-wise, it's probably about double in weight, but it's still lightweight. And it comes with the little sole plate. So one side of it is you put it up in there, and then you take what I call the little kitty ears. You go like that, and you can hang it on your wall. And then when you're using it, you put it like this. Now, it does not have an on-off, like a safety switch on it, okay? So you can't stand it up because of the cord, okay? So you're not standing it up like you would a regular iron. You have to use this sole plate. So that's one difference. For anyone wanting to get one, I'm telling you what the features are. I'm not saying it's bad or good or whatever. I'm just saying. So the one thing I have learned is if you're going to leave it for any length of time, don't leave it on high. I haven't had anything happen, but I would say to turn the iron down a little bit if you're going to be leaving it for periods of time because it heats up very fast. So you could put it down on 1, 1.5, heat it right back up again. Anyway, so that was last week's What's Up Wednesday. That was some of my happy mail from last week. Oh, I gotta catch up. Good morning, Lynn, Deborah, Carrie, Tracy, Teresa, and Rose. Good morning. Good to see you, ladies. So, guess what came in the mail? A purple one. No, I'm not kidding. So Aunt Di gifted me that one. Okay? And this one came from Denise Sopatch. She said, just what you need. Now she, I think, ordered this one for me before the other one was ordered, but either way, within 2 days, I had 2 mini project irons. So then I felt bad because the first thing I thought was, what am I going to do? I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings because they both meant, you know, only good for me. But of course, I was excited because part of me was thinking, I can use 2. I can. Now, I'm not being greedy, and I don't mean that in any way, but what happens is I have a plug-in over there that I use for that ironing board, and then when I come to use the small one, I'm unplugging and moving my iron back and forth, back and forth. That's what I do. So I thought if I had 2, there's less likelihood of me breaking one of them by moving it, constantly moving it, you know. So I wrote to both the ladies, and they were both happy with, yes, you keep one. So this is the box to this one. One is pink and one is purple, so I know who gave me which one. And I can have one on each end of my sewing room so I don't have to move my iron. So thank you, Denise, for that. I really appreciate your thoughtful gift. Who can't use a second iron? I mean, seriously, and these ones are the bomb. I love it. Good morning, Christy. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Robin. Oh, it's cold in Oklahoma. Snowed yesterday. We got snow overnight. Hey, Terry. Terry, meant to tell you, Lisa cannot be here today dropping links. She let me know, and I should have let you know. I apologize. I forgot until just now that she said she wasn't going to be here. But good morning, and thank you to my moderators, as always, keeping everything running smoothly. 2 is perfect, Glenda. It really is. Okay, but that was not all the happy mail, because you guys better be holding on. Holding on. Let me move this out of my way. So, the next package I got was this. And the first thing I took out was, you ready? It's a zipper jig. I've already used it. So you can use it for number 3 or number 5 zipper tape. And it holds on so you can put your zipper pull right on there, and it is the handiest thing. And I know I haven't told you who sent this package yet, but I'm going to show you what all was in it first. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. I did mean to let you know, though, first. Okay, so if you remember, I showed you a few weeks ago that I bought some size 16 denim Schmetz needles. These are my favorite brand, and I love this. So I had bought the denim, but I had other needles that I needed. And I had them on my Amazon wish list. Well, along with the jig, I got a package. This has 3 10-packs, okay, of the 80-12s. So I've got 30 size 80-12 Schmetz needles. That came with the zipper jig. And then there was this in the package, and I'm like, what is in that? What is it? You guys, wait. I was like, what? I was like a kid at Christmas, I tell you, between these packages. So there is 5 packages of Schmetz 10-pack needles, and they're in sizes 10, 12, and 14, depending on what needle size you call it. It's a 70-10, an 80-12, and a 90-14. So 50 here, 30 in the other pack. So it had a note with it, okay? So first of all, thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid sent me this wonderful package. Thank you, Ingrid. She said, there's always a need for sewing machine needles. And that is 100% right. Absolutely. I was down to my last package of 12s and 14s when these came in. And then the other day during the Zoom meeting, my needle position came down very odd. I've never seen it do it, but I put my walking foot on, and when the needle went down, it hit metal and bent the needle. And that was my last size 14 needle other than these. So thank you so much, Ingrid. I will use those. You know I will. Every day I'll be using those. So I really appreciate that. Just like with the irons that Diane and Denise sent, I use those every day. Every day. Hi, Mona. Oh yeah, those are nice. Yes, they are. I really appreciated that. Okay, so I have 2 more Happy Mail packages. Okay, so the next one that came, this was on top. When can I not use that? It's funny because I had bought 2 packages of this around Christmas time to make some bowl cozies, and I have little strips and cuts left of it, and I have it all pinned together so that I could Franken sew it together, and I have it marked as Wrap and Zap. So this couldn't have come at a better time. She had a gorgeous sewing machine card with some very nice words inside, and you wait till you see what she sent me. Now this is not in the same order she had it packaged because I kind of have looked through here more than once. Glenda said she didn't know what a zipper jig was. Yeah, I'll be showing it one of these times. Yes, Terry, it was a thoughtful gift. I'm glad I'm not the only one to have 2 irons because, well, I do now, but before I was just unplugging it and moving it back and forth, back and forth. No excuse not to change needles, that's right. Okay, so she knows of my love of autumn. So these are, I think they're like a ½ yard or a fat, I don't know, fat quarter, somewhere in there, but there's enough. This is folded in half. Look at that. All kinds of autumn goodness and some pumpkins. Now this one, I didn't read her card first, and the minute I saw this fabric, it made me think of books from when I was a kid. And didn't she mention in her card that it reminded her of childhood books? So I just thought that was so funny. It's actually an Alice in Wonderland theme. Every adventure requires a first step. Curiouser and curiouser. Adorable fabric. And there were 3 or 4 here, and she said it made me think of your husband. So she told me the website where she bought it. And so there's a piece here of this with the tools. And a like-sized piece of the wrenches, hammers, pliers. See, I know what all that stuff is. A zipper jig, Deborah. You hold, I'll show that in a minute, okay? When I'm done with the fabric, I'll show what happens. And then there was this with the hard hat, saws, screwdrivers, screws, measuring tape. And then this looks like a tool wall where the person has everything hung up very neatly, unlike my sewing room. And then check this out, check this piece. I love that. Silver scissors on a black background. Could that get any nicer, huh? Okay. Now, you guys know that my newest thing has been Lorelei Harris fabric, so I'm giving away what's next, right? The second thing I want to say is I love to cook, and my dad, who passed away about 8 years ago, was a chef. So when I saw this fabric, I was more than a bit emotional. I didn't even know it was out there. So it's Lorelei Harris fabric with chefs all over it. I can't wait to come up with something with this. I'm going to have to really think about what I want to use with this, and I'm going to look and see. There's probably a coordinating fabric to go with this, so I'm going to check into that. But speaking of coordination, look at that, some kitchen tools, huh? And this next one, I have a piece of this. I had bought a yard at one point, and all I have left is a little itty bitty piece. So she sent me another. This is all folded up here, but it just says things like measure twice, cut once, stitch in time saves 9 on pins and needles, and all sorts of things on there. Ready? Thought maybe. And this is a Hoffman print, Dragonfly Dream. Okay, so I'm saving this for last. About a month ago, maybe, I don't know, give or take, I told you guys about wanting to go on Joann Fabric because they had Aerosmith fabric. Well, they had 3. But you have to buy 2-yard cuts. And I didn't want to have to buy 2-yard cuts because there was only one that I wanted 2-yard cuts for a specific, not that I wouldn't have used more, but for a specific project. But anyway, when I got on there, I realized that being the cost that they were, and then the shipping, and being that I had to get 2 yards, I couldn't get all 3 fabrics. I had to choose the 2 that I was going to get. So I chose the 2 I was going to get and bought those, and left the other one without buying it. Guess what she got me? She got me the one that I didn't get. So there's a yard of that. And then she got me a yard, and this was from my favorite one. Actually, no, they had 2. It was another website that had the 3rd. But either way, so she got me the one that was my favorite one. So now I've got more. So in her card, she said, when you showed your purchase a few weeks ago, I couldn't decide whether to send one of them or not. But I bought it for you, so you're stuck with it. Well, Debbie, thank you very much, Debbie, for the gift. I know I will use every last little scrap of that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I will. So thank you ever so much for that. And the card was gorgeous too. So let me catch up really quickly on the chat. Good morning, Rhonda. The chef's fabric, you would have to ask Debbie. I don't know where she got it, but it's Lorelei Harris. So I didn't look up the name yet to know. Yes, Terry, I have a piece of that Dragonfly too. I purchased it online and wished I had bought more at the time. Well, now I got a little bit more. Not the way that goes when you wish you want more. Judith says, Lorelei Harris visited Quilted Twins in Florida yesterday. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I have new fabric designers that I have been looking at and checking into, you know. Terry just dropped the link for the Facebook group, and I wanted to let you know that as of right now, I am not taking new people in unless, like, if you have a friend and you want them to join our group, just do an invite. You can ask that people be added to the group, and that is the only way to get in at this point, and I don't have anything against that. The only reason I shut off new people coming in was because Facebook was recommending the group, which I know doesn't sound like a bad thing, but the number of scammers that get through is astronomical. But you times that, you multiply that by, I think at the end we were getting 60 to 100 people a day as new members. Now, as you know, anyone who's on our group, we have kind of a tight-knit group of people who comment and post and all that. the newer people weren't taking part anyway, so I had to kind of tone it down some. So if you know of anyone you want to be in the group, you can do that. You can, I can't remember if it's called an invitation, but I get them every now and again. It might say that Mona asks that Joanne be added to Marie Scrappy Creations Facebook group, and that's the way to get in right now. Let's see. Spring table runners. Yes. Hi, Laura. Hi, Kathleen. Good morning. Okay, so that is it for those. I have one more box to show you. I just got a pop-up on my screen. Of course. I have one more box to show you. Before I show you this, I want to say I got this a few weeks ago, and it is a hot ruler. And in case you've never used one, you can fold your fabric over. Like say you need to fold it over 1 inch or something like that. You fold it to the 1 inch mark and you can run your iron along so it can take the heat. I use this all the time. All the time. And I find that I use this end as well. So very handy to have in case anybody's wondering. All right, are we ready? So this came in, this is the latest one to come in. And this one is not in the order that it was. A very nice card with some very nice words in there. And this is, I'll tell you right off the bat so I don't forget, this is from Lisa, L-E-S-A, our moderator that's not here today. And she sent me some cards that she had handmade a number of years ago. And she's got a free spirit ribbon tucked around them. Isn't that cool? And these, at first I looked, I wasn't sure. These are for wrapping like ribbon and small pieces of fabric around, and I will absolutely use those. I know some people get excited about some things. I get excited about cardboard and plastic containers and things like that. And she said, these originally had 1 yard cuts from Walmart. Thought they may work well with your new storage. And she's exactly right. They're going to work out very well because they're quite stiff cardboard. Good morning, Vicki and Vicki. Good to see you both. And then she is so much like me, it's not even funny. I save all this stuff that comes packaged around fabric and stuff, and I use it. And so she sent me some. And this one says Barefoot Dream. And it's on this one too, the Barefoot Dream. So there was that. And see, the only thing that I knew she had asked me about was she asked me one day if I could use containers such as this, and I said absolutely I could. I might be more organized down here in the drawer area if I had some of those. So that's what I knew she was sending. I didn't know she was sending all this other stuff. This is so cute. Terry, I agree. She says, that's better, Marie. Just have others invite to join. And that's true, because then you know you're getting people who have an actual interest. Because what we kept doing, myself, Honor, and Lisa Marie, we were constantly telling people I have a YouTube channel. They'd say, where do you get that pattern? You know, when someone would post something or whatever. And it got old. It got really old. And it's not their fault. They didn't know, you know. All right, check out this fabric. Isn't that bright and sweet? When life goes to pieces, make a quilt. I have a PhD in sewing, or as my family likes to call it, projects half done. Sewing with friends keeps us in stitches. Sometimes we even rip our seams out. I love this. Try to get that folded back up. And that came from quiltquarters.com. Whoops, sorry for the brightness on the screen. Trying to put everything away as neat as it was, because it was a very neatly wrapped box. Okay, ready? A Lorelei Harris, Kitty Cats in Hats. Of course, I don't know if that's the name of it. It's probably along the edge. I will check and see. Kitty Toss. It's called Kitty Toss by Lorelei Harris. And look at that zipper cuteness. Red, white, and blue with stars. And these are from Missouri Star Coat Company. Yeah, Missouri Star Coat Company. So there's going to have to be a 4th of July project especially for these, right? Terry says that would make a great tote bag. Big prints are great for that. Yes, they absolutely are. I totally agree. Then there was some more, and these are lace zippers. They're white. These ones are all the same, so I'll show you one. There's 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 5 of them, if I could count correctly. Okay, and there's one more package in this box. Let me get these things put away, and I will show you these. So this week, I am totally spoiled. Besides the fact that the other thing that made me smile is Betty received her nursing bag. She commissioned me to make a nursing bag for her, and she received it on Monday. And she was happy as a clam. And so that made me happy because she sent me a voice message and I could hear the joy in her voice. So that totally made my day to know that she was that happy with something I made. Okay, so my love of scraps is endless, you guys. You know this. Hi, Dawn. There's some red, white, and blue scraps, so I'm thinking she sent me the zippers. She sent me the scraps. You guys know what that means. I'm going to have to take these exact scraps and one of those zippers or more and make something with those. So that is so great. Okay, remember the Lorelei Harris fabric I found that had the sewing machines on it? Well, there's a coordinating print with that I didn't have, but I do now. Check it out. So there's a yard of that. I'm going to have to stand up for this one because this is a big print. So I'm going to show you one side. You see it has the smaller pieces at the bottom. And this is called Sitting Pretty Portrait by Lorelei Harris. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to stay standing up for these 2 pieces. And these are to die for. They made me laugh. This is like the cutest thing ever. Well, I say the cutest thing. It's all cute. What could you say? So check out the chickens. So I don't know. Let me see. What's the name of this piece? Chicken Chic. And I'll show you close up. They're adorable. They're just screaming tote bag to me. Just screaming tote bag. So I'm going to have to get some fabric that has like this, the chicken wire around it. Something to match with that because that is screaming tote bag to me. I'm almost done, I promise. I've got to start sewing at night to keep up with this fabric. Okay, now remember the sewing machines I had? I said I had these sewing machines, but they were on like squares. They were in little panels. Well, check this out. The one in the center says "So Happy Together." Then there's Dolled Up. Whoops. So. Belle of the Bobbin. So Sunny. This one says Her Finest. I love it. And this one, A Handful of Notions. Don't you just love this stuff? Seriously. I have so many ideas. I don't know. I might have to hire someone to work at a second sewing machine just to make all this stuff. I'll catch up on the chat in a moment. And she put a note and said, "This one reminds me of you." Now, she didn't know that I was going to find the nursing fabric, this same nursing fabric at Martin's like I did last week. But I will use this. I definitely will use this. So thank you very much. So Lisa, thank you for gifting me. These are all wonderful. You guys seriously spoil me. I could not tell you how special that makes me feel and how excited I am to use that fabric. But cutting it, okay, I have to catch up here. Let's see. Betty says I need a pegboard. I have one that's so awesome to hang up my rulers, rows of ribbon. I've thought about getting one because at one point at the beginning of my channel, when I got like a postcard or a card, I hung everything up because I just love to see everyone's cards. But I had pins all over this wall, like all over it. And I live in an apartment, so that's not good. So I just told my husband a couple of weeks ago that I need like one of those big cork boards. So I want to get one that's at least 24 by 36. Has it been your birthday? Judith says. No, not till September, but you would think. Hi, Marie H. Good morning. Terry says, how do you cut that up? I would just save it. Yeah, but hey, if you guys haven't seen what Terry put up on the group, she made a bag that is to die for. Awesome job, Terry. Marie H. says those are adorable, so cute. Judith says a new shelf is needed to showcase Lorelei hairs. Oh, you know that. You know it, Judith. Teresa says adorable. What adorable fabric. Deborah says those would be pretty on a denim jacket. That is so true. Hi, Lori. Sherlock So says hello, everyone. Okay, Terry says Fabric Utopia on Etsy has chicken wire fabric. Thank you. Fabric Utopia. And I know you're just scouting around all the time, Terry. You know where all the good stuff is, right? Let's see. Christy, Marie H., that was sweet of her. Yes, absolutely. Everyone that gifted me, thank you so much. So this week I have Ingrid, Denise, Debbie, and Lisa. Thank you, ladies, so much. Oh, there was another happy mail, but it was through an email. Now, I'm not going to say a lot because there's kind of an unwritten rule that we won't. But Adam from Adam Sews has a new pattern out to all the fabric testers. I might be one. I might know a little bit about what's coming out soon that you guys will do. Terry, it'd be something you would definitely make. I'm just going to say that now. So hopefully I get time in amongst all this fabric that I've got to give that pattern a test, but it's very exciting. So that was a happy mail from yesterday. Let's see. Christy says such lovely fabrics you got sent. What lovely mail. It is. It truly is. In fact, just this morning, Christy, I was looking through my Amazon tags and I saw the ones from you. So you're always very thoughtful as well, and it is wonderful. It is wonderful. Carrie says, with all the gifts you receive, seems like Christmas day after day. I enjoy watching from Canada. Thank you very much. My husband teases me because he'll go down to the mailbox and he'll say, I'm going to need to get a cart pretty soon. Of course, he'll have like an envelope that's padded or something, you know. So he always jokes around with me. But I just hope you guys realize how much I appreciate everything. Every comment, every email, every message, every gift, everything. Every time you click a thumbs up, every time you watch. I know. So thank you guys very, very much. For anyone who missed it, a while back, Sherlock Sews sent me a huge box of fabric. Well, I have been into that. I always needed yardage for like inside bags because like I've got scraps and I sew pieces together and then I have prints, but I didn't have a lot for lining and things like that. Now, not everything she gifted me will be for that, but there was a lot that was kind of like tone on tone or something like that that I've been able to use. So, would you like to see what I've been up to this week? For anyone who saw the first part, I did put a picture of this on the group. This is the front of my newest tote bag. And the saying says, it's okay to not do everything. And this is all quilted. Well, I finished side 2 about 3 a.m. yesterday because I woke up at midnight and couldn't sleep. So this is side 2. So instead of the center, I just put 3 scraps together until they measured the 4 inches that I needed. And this one is all quilted as well. So I was going through the fabric that Sherlock Sews sent me, and I've come up with what's going to be the lining for that. So that's going to be next. And I'm going to make scrappy straps as well. Okay, let me see. Oh, Christy has to go to bed. Well, thank you for dropping in, Christy. It's always so nice to see you, and I know you stay up just to drop by, and I appreciate that. So, sweet dreams to you. Yes, Mona, her bag was amazing. Terry says, thank you, Marie. My favorite color is green. Oh, that bag... And of course, I'm envious of the sewing machine too, Terry. But I told my husband yesterday, I showed him that picture of your bag and the sewing machine. I said, if she lived closer, she could come fix all my machines. Just like that. Just like that. I have faith. Gammy Rose says, you could hang a ribbon and use tiny clothespins to hang cards on. That's a very good idea, because you know what? I bought teeny tiny clothespins at the Dollar Tree one day. I didn't know why I bought them, but they were cute. And I have ribbon. Thank you. I'm going to try that. Sherlock Sews says, I haven't seen chicken wire fabric in years. Terry says, I'm a fool when it comes to fabric. Hi, Jan. She says, it finally stopped snowing in South Portland. I might be able to get to Marden's today. Haha. I went yesterday. I would be ashamed to tell you guys that I bought 3 pieces of fabric after what I just got gifted. But if you want to see it, just let me know and I'll show you. I'm glad it quit snowing, Jan. We didn't even get an inch. It barely snowed overnight, but it was very windy overnight. Okay, let's see. Mary, good morning to Mary Wilson. Good to have you drop in with us. Let's see. Terry says, we love being here. So much fun. It's nice to share with others who have common interests. It really is. It's like we're our own gang. We're a good gang, though. We really are. We spread kindness and thread everywhere. The thread goes. I went in the bathroom the other day and I stopped by the mirror and I went like that and I realized I had thread in 2 different parts of my hair. It's just sticking out like glitter. Okay, I will show that fabric in just a moment. I showed you the bag. I want to show you what else I was working on. Now, first off, I have to say, when I saw the fat quarter of this black fabric I'm about to show you, I knew that a relative of mine would love it. So being as I've been going to make her paw holders for quite a while now, I used it to make her paw holders. What do you think? So this is what they'll look like when they hang. And I was saying to a friend the other day, this check stuff drives me insane. Does it drive anyone else insane that they don't print that on the straight of the grain? You don't even know. Well, you do know. I was so frustrated. So frustrated. Okay, and the only other thing I wanted to go over before I show you that fabric is last weekend's tutorial. Remember how I had shown this bag, double zip bag, and I said I was going to do a tutorial on it, but the ends were bugging me. I do not like zipper ends like that. It's a pet peeve. I don't care for it. To me, it doesn't look neat. So being as this is a zippered bag, that a double zipper bag, see, it's all together, you can't pull it apart. I wasn't going to take it apart another time to try to fix the zipper, but I did take two different pieces and try two different things. So the first thing I tried was not sewing to the end. Like if the zipper was here, I didn't sew all the way up to the end on the top stitching or the zipper, because I had read, oh, that helps. Did it help? No. It might look a little more rounded, but it didn't fix my issue. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to put a zipper tab, but then I'm going to sew to the side of the zipper tab so the zipper tab is not even included in it. And that, bingo, that was it. Even though I'm still not crazy about using zipper tabs, I'd rather just have the zipper, you know, we do what we can do. So that's when I did the tutorial that we had last weekend with the zipper tabs that were straight. And for anyone who missed it, it has a snap pocket in the center of the two zips, and somewhere here there's a little lobster clasp that goes on here. I actually had a commenter, I will not name her, but a person in the comment section say she didn't want to make them, she wanted those, and I did tell her that anything that I make is basically available for sale. You just have to let me know. As long as I don't have someone in mind for it, just ask. So that's always the case with that. Okay, the fabric from Martin's. Okay, I had made the nursing bags and I needed medical fabric. I am like almost out. Well, Martin's has two. Two. And I don't like to get so much on white background when I'm making bags or wallets because it gets too dirty. So that being said, all they had was a light gray background. But this is pretty busy with stuff that I felt it could still go on the nursing bags. And that was $4.99 a yard. I already had some of this. I just had a small piece left. And then this one, I picked it up and it was in with a light blue background. And then when I saw the light green background, I'm like, I'm going for the light green because it's so springy. So this was $4.99 a yard. And look at the little chicks, flowers, birdhouses, watering cans. I love this. So I have some chick fabric over there that I think is going to go very well with this. And this was the very end of the bolt. There's no more left. I saw this and thought it's very bright and colorful. This was $3.99 a yard. What was $3.99 a yard? Let me hold it up. My arms are getting played out here from holding up, but panels, and in between the panels it looks like straight pins. So I think that these are going to be great on some bags. There again, I could make bags all day, every day. I'm always thinking of one type of bag or another. Maybe I have an old bag. I've got to catch up a little bit here. Let's see. Everyone wanted to see Terry. Oh, I am blushing, and I sure would love to help you with them. I know you would. I know you would. I really appreciate that. She says, I have teeny tiny clothespins as well. I don't know the best way to use it. Mary H, of course we want to see. Mona said, yes, we want to see. Teresa, of course we want to see. Terry, fabric, fabric, fabric. Yum. Hello, Lisa. Oh, show us. Yeah, well, I just showed your package. Thank you. Rhonda says, I would love to see the fabric. Terry, I used to go out with dog hair all over my clothes, and now it's thread. Proud of both. Absolutely. Doris says, love that fabric. Terry, very cool. Terry says, yeah, I can't use stripes and checks. Triggers migraines. I'm telling you, I had to cut it a little bit wonky as far as the straight of the grain, and I starched the heck out of that because I'm only using it on a small project. So as you see, the pot holders did work out. They're still a little bit off, but not too bad. There was one that was worse than the other, but yeah, what can you do? What can you do? You said, Terry, you said stripes and checks, and it made me think of something. I just sent it to Adam the other day. It was a YouTube short. And they put strips of color together and then made bias binding. And I thought, why didn't I think of that? It makes the best striped binding. So you're just sewing strips together on the side to make your panel that you cut out and make bias binding out of. It's just genius. Genius. Lisa says adorable pot holders. Saw creator cut it on the bias. Yep. I just have to have it so those are going straight. Kathy says fabric. I just got a scrap strips and batik strips from Fabric Addiction. Great recommendation. Thanks. Such fun sorting and snipping. Well then, Kathy, you know that the majority of fabrics for these front and back of this came from there. It's like when I saw this one, I don't know why, but it made me think of Terry, because her and I are kind of into the same things sometimes, and I don't know why I associate this with her, but there was a little thing of tie-dye frogs, and I thought, isn't that sweet? It was just a little tiny strip, so I used that. About the bag that I just showed you, or what will be a bag, I am waiting very impatiently for mail from the UK because Adam from Adam Sews sent me a Tula pink scrap bag and it's going to be a Franken bag. I can't wait to piece that together. Like every day I think of ways to sew those scraps together. And now that I have been thinking of that, I have been looking I looked at a scrap bag of Kaffe Fassett. Yeah, they have scrap bags of both Tula Pink and Kaffe Fassett. So now I'm looking at that because his stuff is gorgeous. It really is. It's gorgeous. Like I need more to do, right? Okay, let's see. I gotta catch up. Boy, it really went. Terry says, I've made those bags sewn together 5 in a row and it was insane to sew. You and your snaps. Awesome. I'm going to recreate what I did with snaps. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. Oh, there's Denise Sopatch. Hello, hello. Oh, she overslept. I was showing them my dream iron that you sent me. Thank you so much. You'll have to watch the replay. I showed the box and told them all about it. Let's see. Terry says, I'm a bag lady as well. Rhonda, hello. She says, love it. And Tracy says, oh, love the sewing machine panel. I've shown some really pretty fabric. I got gifted some really nice Happy Mail this week. Oh, I absolutely love it. Terry says, yes, that's happened with me. The fabric doesn't square up. And it doesn't. But the one thing I want to say is, a friend of mine said this yesterday, and it's 100% true. She said, if you go anywhere, Walmart, Target, wherever, and you buy something that's made with checks, it was made in China or wherever, those checks are not lined up. You buy it that way. But we would sit as creators and try to get it to go straight, right? I mean, because that's what we do. So. Oh, Judith, thank you for the reminder. Yeah. It's true. Judith says 52 watching and only 7 likes. Thumbs up, please. Yes, down below the video, there's a like button. If you guys could click the like, that really does help me. And you know, anyone who wants to share any of my videos on your Facebook page or anywhere, I really appreciate it when you do that. It really helps. It does help. Terry says, yes, yes, yes. Striped binding looks awesome on many things. Dawn, all your experiment bags with rounded ends are still cute to some of us. Oh, I mean, I would still use them, but I think it's my OCD, Dawn, that I want that straight thing. But yeah, I'm definitely saving them. I'm definitely saving them. And I do think I'm going to do another live sale because I tend to get things built up, whether I'm making a tutorial on them or I'm just trying things out. I tend to get quite a bit of stuff built up. So that worked out well because last time I was able to do that and get a sewing machine out of it. So I was excited. Yes, she says the once a year live sale could be a new annual event. It definitely could. Thank you for that. Mona says they had on sale at So Yeah last night. I got 5 charm packs. I still haven't gone to one of their sales yet, but of course I have fabric. It's not that I don't. Now I'm getting to have fabric. You know, like that's one of the things I was so excited when Sherlock Sew sent me the big pieces of, because then I knew, look, I've got liners without having to pick through, because a lot of times I have to pick through and piece things for linings because I had fabrics for like the outsides of things, but I didn't have solids, and she really helped me out with that. Let's see. Denise says we always need more fabric. We do, right? Can't have just one. Terry, there was a cake sale last night on the So Yeah. I didn't want to hear from you. I'm teasing. That's not a good time to tell me. But I did see a scrap pack. And to me, because of what I have in my head that I want to sew, that's what I want. I want the strips and pieces and I want the little pieces under 5 inches of the cave facet. When I was into Marden's yesterday, there was a gentleman in there getting some fabric cut, and he told the girl that he liked the $1.99 a yard stuff they'd had on sale. He says, but some people said it was ugly fabric. And I said, if they think it's ugly, you just haven't cut it small enough yet, because isn't that the way it goes? Terry says she's going to post connected zipper pouch she made the hard way. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Lisa says, Kafe is my absolute fave. I posted a peace sign quilt using his fabric. I know you did. That was awesome. Did any of you catch that? The peace sign quilt? Oh my. Yep. Oh my. Adam knew we were talking about him. Hi. Goodness. Okay. Deborah sees 40 likes now. Thank you, everyone. Mona says, I got facet. Lisa, Adam's in the house. I told him last week, I said, the girls were not happy. I said, you didn't make your appearance. But he had a good excuse. So we'll let it go this time, but let's not let that happen again. Lisa says, I started to watch So Yeah for Kafe and bugged out stat. Yeah, I understand that. Terry, okay, I'll be quiet. Sure. What would we do then, Terry? Sherlock Sews, most people don't have yardage for bags. Glad that we were able to help. It really was. Like, this is huge to me. It really is. And I'm using it, and I am loving it. I really am, because it's less of a worry. You know, it really is. So thank you. My favorite color of tone on tone. That's tough. I think I would have to go with gray, and you would say why? Because gray matches with everything. You know, you can put it with a blue, you can put it with red, you can put it with black. I think I would have to say gray. Betty, has been very cold in Missouri here the last few days and got a frost last night. Just hope it doesn't freeze the plum trees as they're in full bloom. I can't imagine anything being in full bloom. We've got snowbanks that are as high as the houses out here. So I can't imagine. Mona says, I saw a video lady fused all her scraps to interfacing, then quilted. Yeah, I've seen that done a number of times. I have, and it's pretty. It's very pretty that way. Speaking of all this stuff, spring and things like that, the creative word of the day today is spring. So wait until after the video, make a comment below the video using the word spring. Is it spring where you are? Are you hoping for spring? And I'm going to use it in a sentence, not in a comment. And I said this the other day. I don't like the time change, this spring forward thing. Do they know that there are some of us that are old and we do not spring anywhere these days? Springing forward. It is better than fall back in the fall, losing that hour. I'd rather spring forward, but there again, I'm not springing very far these days, so not even going to go there. Something else. Oh, let me catch up on this and then I will go to the next one. Vintage tablecloth for lining. That's awesome. You know what I want? You say vintage tablecloth. I want some of those 40s and 50s printed tablecloths with all those designs. Oh my land. I wish I would have had the ones my grandmother had. Lisa says, thank you, Marie and Terry. The old hippie in me had to make it. I can understand why. I just love that stuff. That was amazing to see. So anyone who hasn't seen that. Terry says, Mona, I did see a woman do that. She was promoting a new method. I loved it. I should try it. Well, the thing is about new is someone's done it. It might be new to someone, but someone's done it. Like, I've seen that done for years. I haven't personally done it, but they take all their scraps and lay them every which way, covering up all the interfacing, and then they steam it or iron it or whatever, and then sew over it. Yeah. Marie H. says you can use the checked fabrics if you turn it to be on the bias. The lines won't be so noticeable if they're not straight. Yeah, I think someone said something like that back there a ways. I wasn't quite sure if that's what was meant, but yes, that makes sense to me now. That makes sense. And I bet you wouldn't, because the eye isn't as drawn to the, when they're sitting the other way, they're not as drawn to the up and down, side to side. Time change makes my body clock go crazy. I didn't sleep for 36 hours because of the time change. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Nancy. Good to see you. Guess who, Nancy? Hope everything is going well in your world. I know there's been some medical issues going on there with, I believe it's your husband. Hope everything is going well. Mona says, I have those. I only cut up ones with stains. Well, you know, before I had my channel, I had a friend she gave me a bunch of tablecloths that belonged to her parents, and I made dish towels, zippered bags, and all kinds of things for her and her sisters because, like she said, they weren't using them. They were sitting in a closet unused because nobody used the tablecloths. But this way they were getting some use. But I'll tell you, my first few cuts into those, I didn't want to cut them. It just seemed wrong. But then when I was done, it was a beautiful thing. Let's see. Hi, June. Good of you to drop in. Haven't seen you in a while, or haven't seen you post in a while. Okay. So something else I wanted to talk about. I had 3 people this past week ask me the same thing. And that is, I'm going to just word it my own way. There are links that my moderators, thank you girls very much, drop in the live stream. Every What's Up Wednesday, they're dropping channel links. You know, check out Adam's page, check out so-and-so's page, or a YouTube channel or a Facebook group. And I love promoting other channels, but they were saying, we're not seeing the link. Can you post it down below? Well, number one, I don't have all those links, which I guess I could go up through and get. But within 24 hours of this video going up on YouTube, YouTube will put up what's called live chat. So you go down below the video where it says like save and do all that, and click where it says live chat. If you click live chat, as we're all chatting, you'll see what was in the chat box, and my moderators have dropped all those links. But it isn't up immediately. I have seen it up as soon as 2 hours, but I have seen it take close to 24 hours for the live chat to come up. So it isn't there immediately after I end this live stream. But as soon as it comes up, you'll see. You'll see all those links. Okay, so some of you know this, but I'm going to share it anyway. I made my first 2 YouTube shorts this week. So the first one I just took, whoops, where'd it go? Anyway, right here. I just took a little bit of the tutorial for this double zipper bag right at the end, and I grabbed, you know, whatever it was, 30, 40 seconds, and I put that up as a YouTube short. The second one, I showed this panel and put it to music with some special effects. Now, I am no pro at YouTube Shorts, but I've been wanting to do it for so long, just so long. So now I've finally taken the plunge, and by the time I'm done with this, I'm going to have at least a 3-part, because you can do part 1, part 2, part 3. So hopefully it gets me some traffic to my channel, because that's why I say it's important for you guys to click the like button, comment, and share. Sharing is huge for me. But I'm just so excited about the shorts, and I'm hoping that they open up a whole new opportunity, you know, because not only could I get some new subscribers, is we could all have some new friends who all share the same likes that we have. Okay. Yes, Mona and I want to get together soon, by the way. If I'm telling secrets. For a video. I have quite a few people I want to get together with, and so we're all in the talking stages right now. Pamela says, just in the middle of making 4 scrappy, open wide zippered pouches. They're super cute, and your video is easy to follow. They will be Easter gifts. Well, yay! I'm so glad. That is my ultimate all-time, mostly, let me see, the thing I make the most of is those open wide zippered bags, because they can be used for literally anything, and they can be made in any size. So I'm so happy that you're watching it and that you're making some. That's so good to hear. Nancy says, it's going better, but still not in remission, but I'm having a hard time adjusting to retiring on the 28th. Well, I'm sorry. I know you've been going through a lot of life changes, and life changes are not easy for anyone, but when they're because of illness and just, you know, the whole thing just disrupts our lives. But, you know, you got to just hang in there, do the best you can do, day to day, best you can do, and we're all here. And when you need to kick back, relax, you know where we are. Or if you need a project to take your mind off things, because sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes that's what we need. Let's see. Oops, I got to... Terry says, I liked your shorts, Marie. Thank you. Sherlock Sews says, yay on the shorts. Thank you. And of course, the first one I got music on, I used Aerosmith. I can't help it. Kathy says the shorts were great. Thank you. Mona, you will get traffic from the shorts. I do. I think I will. In fact, I think what it is like, it's learning how to do some of them, because it really is dependent. And I'm sorry if this bores any of you who don't do YouTube, but like when I took the little blip off my video, off my tutorial for this, I couldn't figure out how to add music to it. But it's easier when you're using your phone and you're just filming something, then I know how to add music to it. That one's easy. So there's different ways to do it, whether you're on your iPad, your Android, your computer, and whether you're using something that you had pre-filmed or whether you're filming it now. I'll learn. I definitely will learn. Mona, I started watching your bag strap tutorial or video this morning, and then I had to get ready, but I'm going to go back and watch that. I love that bag. Love it. Okay, let's see. Lisa says, your shorts music was a fabulous choice. I thought so, and I'm dying of anticipation. And I don't want to give too much away. But when I get the scrap bag from Adam, I have already formulated a perfect short video for that. I can't wait. I'm not going to say any more. So Terry says, Marie, tell your secrets. I can't surprise anyone because I have to tell them I have a surprise for you. That's me. I can't keep my mouth shut. I'm guilty. That's me. Lisa says, you and Mona, oh my gosh, I see a Depends purchase in my future. We will try to behave ourselves, won't we, Mona? Guess who? Nancy says, oh, you are so right. I do. Yes, have you all my heart. Absolutely. Well, good morning. Goodness, you come right in at the end, don't you? You're like skating in here. June says, yes, I saw your shorts. They are great. Well, thank you. Mona says it was a whole video, but I didn't press record. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but that has happened to me like how many times? Or I forget to put do not disturb on my phone and I'll be recording and my friend calls and I'm like, I told you I was filming and not to call me. It's my fault. It's my fault. And Terry's talking about spending her days doing whatever she wants. Yes. June says, life gets in the way at times. Have missed not being on your channel. Well, I kind of wondered where you were. I mean, there's people who I wonder about every day. Like every day. Subscribers that I have. Because I've told you guys, any of you I chat with, I consider you my friends. And I mean that from my heart. I do. There is a woman by the name of Jo, and she was on here at the beginning, and she was so supportive, and she is just a dear, sweet person. And I don't know what's happened in her life. I'm sure something has, but I've been really worried about her. And I do. I worry about people when I don't hear from them. I think about them and wonder what's going on and if everything is okay. Terry says, I say, wait till you see what I got you. Hey, those are my words. You quit stealing my words. I got to tell you something because I can't keep anything under wraps. Tracy says, love the double zip bag. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Susan is being lazy again. Very, very lazy. Betty, I loved it when I retired last year, but found that I really missed working, so I'm starting a new job this week. She's only starting because she's got a new nursing bag she wants to show off. I'm teasing you, Betty. It's because your heart is in the right place. Nursing, that's where your heart is, and you miss the people, I'm sure. So you're just going to kick butt. Terry says, Marie, I'm usually still sleeping. I get up on Wednesdays for you. That's so sweet. Yes, I do. That's who I mean, Terry. I had sent her a message a matter of months ago, and we chatted a little bit, and I don't really want to bug her, but she's just as sweet as pie, and I hope everything is okay with her. Tracy, so sweet. My heart is melting. Well, everyone, it has been a little over an hour, and I, as much as I adore chatting with all of you, I can only talk for so long before the vibration really starts to get painful for me. I know that's probably a weird thing, but that is how I am. So I am going to let you all go, and we're going to let Terry go back to bed. I want to thank my moderators. I want to thank everyone for the happy mail, for the comments, for all your support. Whether it's watching, clicking like, sharing my videos, or whatever. This coming weekend, there is no tutorial. It's my off week. So tomorrow is Thursday, so it will be Throwback Thursday, which means I will post a video on the Facebook group that is just kind of like something you may not have seen if you're a newer viewer, maybe, because not everyone goes back and watches all the videos. But that was something that someone brought up, and it's been a great idea. I've even looked into releasing them on YouTube, which I may or may not do. I'm not really sure. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Child baby to you too, Lisa. Teresa, thank you for the reminder. Thumbs up, please. Okay, everyone, take care, and thank you so much. I mean that. Thank you so much for hanging out with all of us here at Marie's Scrappy Creations with her friends. Hugs to you all. You all have a fabulous day and a great rest